So I did that little. I wanted to do an update actually on stuff. So I was thinking about just doing an in-flight test on my drone. Um, so I wanted to show you this. So I wound this coil. Um, this is the bifilar coil, which everyone talks about. So I've got this adapter thing which goes on the end, which is to if I later on want to put extensions on other arms, but I just printed it out because I wanted to test fit to make sure it fits alright, so that works. I've got the scaling right. So I got my insert which holds the bobbin, which holds this coil. Now when I was 3D printed all this stuff, there's the other one, I haven't wound anything on there. When I was 3D printed all this stuff, I nearly used just over half a spool of 1 kilogram plastic. Well, just a bit over, well, maybe half a kilogram. It's actually quite a lot of plastic, and obviously I printed half a bobbin which went all wrong, so that's kind of going to get melted down and made into glue, recycled. So I printed this, so the actual insert, oops, take the extension off. Actually, I'll leave it on because I'll put some gear grease oil on that, and it's sticky there, so I can get that out. Don't get it all over my hands again. I'll just wipe my hands off. So this is the insert that goes inside. There's 2 of them printed, and I stuck them back to back, and as you can see, so that's where we're at with these. And this supports the bobbin, and this is an array which I'm building to assemble, to put together. Ultimately it will eventually be I'll have a collector coils in between. Obviously I've got another extension to print, so I've got to make a stand as well. It's going to be about 2 feet long when it's done. Well, it's going to be about that. So these are primary, so that's going to be primary, this is going to be primary. Then I'm going to be putting my collector coils in between the two. Basically RF, radio frequency, but it's going to be very low frequency, something like 150 kilohertz or 200 kilohertz. I don't know what the frequency is going to be yet. Well, at the moment I'm stuck because I need some single core wire, and according to this guy's diagram, he said to use 190 turns, I think. Well, I'm going to have to order some of that, and I haven't got the wire. I haven't got enough wire at the moment, and I'm not going to use that thin laminated wire. I was going to get some proper wire for that. So I'm kind of stuck with that at the moment. I want to fly my drone a little bit indoors because I was talking to Russ a bit, and I want to just charging up one of them batteries, because I want the last battery. This battery hasn't got much power left in it, and so I want to do a stability test indoors, because I actually crashed, well, a few times. I think we all do, like, my rotors are a little bit chipped, but they're alright, they're still good. But when you're flying indoors, it's less damaging, because actually I don't know, to be honest. It depends what you crash into, but yeah. So I thought I've got this slow mode. So what I've been doing, because this video is a bit of an update with everything really. So I stuck some labels on here because I want to test the fine tuning on it to see how accurate that is. And I'm not going to record on my camera this time. I'm going to film it from a distance. I actually put a QR code on here with my address in case I lost the drone, but these were like 20 quid or something, 25 quid when I got it. They're about 30 quid now, they've gone up a bit, but they're really cheap. So yeah, as I say, I'm making slow progress because I've got to be careful about my money and that. So I've got awesome wire for that thing, the other bobbin. So I can't rush it. I can't build it all yet, and I have got some off speaker wire to go on this side, but I'm not rushing winding it because I've just printed these off and they're shrinking a bit, and if I put wire on them now and they shrink a bit more, then the wire's going to get slack. So I want to make sure these bobbins dry out properly before I wind the coil on there, because they might end up getting slack. I actually put double-sided tape on the bobbin, on the base, on this surface, so that the wire would stick to it and wouldn't slide around, and it helps a lot actually. Let's just see, look, let's just have a go with my drone for a bit, my toy, because it is a toy technically, it's classed as a toy. So if I stick it over there, on the floor, turn it on, I want to calibrate it. I want slow mode, and I think that's 3, that's slow. So when it beeps once, it's slow mode, and this is probably going to crash, but I want to try and keep. Let's just see if I can get this stable. Ooh, hang on. Yeah, I haven't got anything got stabilised yet. I've got to get the trim set right. Hang on. Ooh, let's get the trim set. And the trim was drifting to its right, so I want to be trimmed to the left. Hang on. Damn it! You see, I can't even trim it. I know I've got enough room indoors. There's not enough room. Let me just stand behind it because it's easier. Let me move forward a bit. I want to trim to the. Ah! Damn it! I can't trim it. I'm trying to trim it to hover indoors without. Obviously, I've got no wind indoors. I've knocked my props a bit. Seems to work better when I've got the phone turned onto the network for some reason. I don't know. Hang on, let's just try again. Try to get it hovering. I want to get to hover. Forward. This battery hasn't got a lot of juice in it. Ah, right, stay. It's got no GPS, you see. I'm trying to get stable so that when I do go through the doorway, I can go through the doorway a bit. Because it's tricky. probably going to land at some point by itself. So. I want to see how long it'll hover for. I think I'm going to land. I'm tired. Yeah, I decided to land because I'm getting a bit tired. I don't know if you saw much of that, to be honest, because I don't know where the camera's pointing a bit low down. Sorry about that. Let's try that again, but it's very fiddly. Let's move it over here a bit. It might not take up very long because the battery's a bit low. Yeah, so. Alright, landing. Yeah, the battery just died on me. So when it starts flashing like that, it means battery down, battery flow, flat. And yeah, I just thought I'd show you. And you see, it's a lot easier to calibrate. It's a lot easier to calibrate this indoors because there's no wind. There's nothing, well, apart from its own wind. It blows wind and it'll blow against the furniture and it'll sometimes backdraft against the drone and create some turbulence. And obviously when you get turbulence, then it will cause instability. I'll turn it off. But yeah, it's a nice little drone for its price. I think it's about 25 quid, I think. So it works pretty well. So, but yeah. You see, ideally, what I really want to do is I want to get one with it. I can't afford it though. They're about 250 quid for one with GPS. I can't afford it, and as I say, that was all I could afford really, about 25 quid. But But if I can save up enough and get one with GPS, it would basically stay wherever you put it. I mean, because it would lock onto the GPS and it would hover there and it wouldn't move around, and it would be useful for doing videos, like, you know, if I decided you wanted a first-person view looking down on some of my projects, I could just put it up temporarily and do some filming for a few minutes. And I mean, the bigger drones, you got to be under 250 grams though, because there's a legal limit in the UK without getting a license. You've got to get a flipping operator license. You got to get yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this is classed as toy because it weighs about 98 grams, which is very, very light, and so it doesn't actually require a license because of it's lightweight. I'll weigh it and show you what I mean. Fold it up. Obviously, it's still got the battery in there. It feels quite warm actually. It generates quite a bit of heat when it's running. So if I weigh this, forget my scale. Right. So I'll show you what I mean about this little thing. Let's just move my camera. So put this battery is nearly flat on my scale as well. It keeps saying low. It's annoying. Come on, just work with you. I have to go back and buy some more batteries for this damn thing. So put that on there. Put that on there. We zero it out. So if you look at when I put the drone on, put it on, and it says 93 grams. So it's 93 grams, which is really cool because it's below the limit. It's a faster toy. There's a reason for these laws, I think, because the heavier a drone is, and if you crash into somebody, it could injure them. So they've set these limits on the weight so that you can obviously something that small, not light, it's not going to damage anyone's cars or anything because it's too light. But I can understand the logic behind the weight limits and everything. But still, it's annoying really. And yeah, it's a nice little toy to play around with, I suppose. So anyway, this battery is flat, so I'm gonna take it out. Can't. Yeah, this battery is definitely warm. Quite a bit of flying there. I've got the battery on charge. I'll stick the other one in when because there's only storage in this thing for 2 batteries in the compartment. You've got to leave 1 battery in the unit. So that feels pretty warm actually. It's not hot, it's just warm. It's like, you know. So I think you're not supposed to charge them when you're storing them, but it's always nice to have 1 battery charged up for when you want to play around with it. But yeah, so I've got 1 battery over there. Don't know if I can zoom in. So right there, it's got a red light on it. So I'm charging that one up. It goes out, I think, when it's charged. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm trying to zoom out. So yeah, I'll let you know when I get some updates. I've got to get some more wire, as I say, for that. The 190 turn. Let's just go and have a quick look at his diagram in a minute. So that's what if I did this YouTube channel. He said, actually 180 turns. So I need the wire, 180 turns of wire to go around it. And I've done that coil on one of the things. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if this general idea, if this method works on mine. Because as I say, I'm using a flat coil. Anyway, see you later.